Hi Leo, welcome back to my channel, Karma Fox. I am doing your weekly reading for March. I hope you are doing well. I'm going to take a quick second to remind everyone that this is a general reading. It may not resonate with every Leo out there, so guys, take what resonates for you, leave the rest for someone else. Keep in mind that the energies may reverse. So if it is resonating, Leo, get in where you fit in, but as always, don't force yourself into a reading that's not for you. Spirit, can I have the energy of the sign of Leo? Leo. All right, Leo, you are starting out with the Three of Cups. You have the Magician in the reverse and the Six of Swords. So some of you could be reconciling with someone. There is a sense of happiness that's here. This could also be, for some of you, you might be going out, dating. This could be dating or just going out with close friends. But there is an energy of celebration. There's an energy of happiness here. With the Magician in the reverse, some of you may feel like you're dealing with somebody who could be a little bit manipulative. Something here has manifested, but not quite in the way that you wanted it to, especially if there is a reconciliation that's happening. And I feel like there's some chaos that's here. You're trying to move away from that chaos. You're trying to move towards something more peaceful. But I feel like, it's not quite manifesting here the way you wanted it to or thought it would. So let me see who's in your energy. Show me who is in Leo's energy. All right, so the person in your energy, we have the Four of Wands reversed. We have the Two of Cups, and we have the King of Wands. All right, so this is somebody, it looks like there's been an ending with this person, or they've had some sort of an ending here. There's a little bit of instability, particularly with regard to feelings and emotions, but I will tell you that this person does love you. They feel like you are a soulmate. With the Two of Cups here, they have very strong feelings for you. King of Wands also tells me that this person is enamored by you. They're very strongly attracted to you physically as well. So there's love, there's passion here. And I do feel like this is a very attractive person. This is somebody who is used to getting a lot of attention. This person could be a high-level manager or, have a side hustle or possibly a business owner. But I do feel like they're very passionate towards you. It's also a card of action, so I do like that. Let me see the energy between Leo and this person. Yeah, the Three of Wands. Okay, so this looks like somebody, Leo, that you've had an ending with, okay? Or they're experiencing an ending elsewhere. But I feel like you're waiting for this reconciliation to come through. So this could be you going out with friends, family, maybe even dating, but still waiting to see what's going to happen with this person. You're both kind of waiting to see what's going to happen here. Let me see what is affecting this connection. Show me what's affecting the connection between Leo and this person. Oh. So there's change that's happened, but it's happened because of a sense of feeling abandoned, rejected, left out in the cold. But it's created change. So there's a lot of sadness that's still affecting this connection. And that's what's preventing this from manifesting the way you wanted it to. Let me see the outcome. It's almost like you're doubting if this person loves you, but they do. They do love you. Let me see. Show me the outcome for Leo. Yeah, that's a return. Eight of Cups reversed. So somebody walked away from this connection. Yeah, somebody walked away from the connection and now is returning. And it could literally be either of you or more likely both of you, because you both are waiting to see what's going to happen. You've both gone through a deep period of sadness. So it looks like there's a second chance happening in a connection here. And this would have been an established connection. This would have been a connection that you were either married to this person or in a long-term connection. Bottom of the deck is the Knight of Cups. I like that as an underlying energy. That does indicate that there's love here. So, you know, it could also, for a few of you, could indicate, you know, an apology, but more likely just an expression of love and concern and caring. It could be coming from either side, or more likely, like I said, both sides. Now, you could be dealing with a Aries, another Leo, or a Sagittarius. I'm seeing Gemini energy as well. So let's clarify. Spirit, why is the Three of Cups here? Why is the Three of Cups here for Leo? All right, so we have the Eight of Coins, we have the King of Cups, and we have the Six of Wands reverse. So you do love this person. I feel like you want to reconcile. I really feel like this is somebody that has been in your energy before, and you're wanting to reconcile with this person because you do have deep, deep feelings for them. But at the same time, you're waiting to see if it's going to work out. I do feel like you want to work things out. You want to work on the connection. A lot of you, while you were waiting for this reconciliation, you poured yourself into your work, but you're looking at all the details, Leo, of, you know, how to make this work out. And you're kind of skeptical because you feel like this person could be, some of you feel like this person could be manipulating you. And there's also this energy of, okay, well, I wanted this reconciliation, but this isn't working out the way I thought it would. And so I feel like you're kind of, even though you love this person, you want to work it out. I feel like you're feeling like it's not going to work out. All right, so let me look at this Magician in the reverse. Be careful of your feeling, you know, well, I can't say your feelings. Be careful of your beliefs. Yeah, there's a new beginning here. There's a new beginning. All right, so we have the Fool, we have the Page of Pentacles, the Hierophant, and the Ten of Coins. You want this to work out, but you're afraid that it's not manifesting correctly, that it's not going to. My suggestion on that would be to focus on what it is that you do want, not what you don't. But there's still something here that's bothering you, that it's just not manifesting correctly. I'm seeing a reconciliation. I'm seeing you taking a risk. I'm seeing, you know, communication here, an offer that was given, or either by you or the other person. I'm seeing that you're thinking about this in terms of long term, you know, because you're not willing to accept just you're willing to move slowly, but you want the whole thing. You want the success. You want the happiness. So you are looking at this from a long-term perspective, but in the back of your mind, there's a fear. That's what it is. And it's because you felt rejected or abandoned in this situation. But I am seeing that there's a new beginning, and it's a committed new beginning. So let me see. Show me the Six of Swords. Whatever there, you know, happened here, there was a lot of chaos. Yeah, there's that reconciliation again. We have Judgment, and we have the Ace of Wands reversed. So you're trying to move towards this reconciliation, but there's still some kind of chaos that is here that, you know, you're trying to work through. And I definitely feel like you're working through some fears here. You're trying to make good judgment calls. Ace of Wands in the reverse, there could have been something, the chaos could have been about something that had to do with the ending, the breakup, but it looks like there was something sexual in nature to that, and that may be what caused you to walk away and end the connection. I am seeing, though, that there is a reconciliation, and it is moving to a more peaceful place. But I see your fears are here. You're working at overcoming them, though. Yeah, so let me look at their energy. Because you appear to be all in. Let me see their energy. Why is the Four of Wands in reverse? All right, we have the Ten of Cups reversed, and we have the Seven of Cups reversed. This person in your energy has been very unhappy since this ended between the two of you. They have definitely been extremely unhappy, and they're aware of that. They realize that their stability has been affected since, you know, there was an ending here, and they have definitely been unhappy. They may have had other options, but at this point, they feel that you are the best option for them. They feel like you are a soulmate. And it may have taken a long time for this connection to come back together. But I can tell you now that, and they're unhappy about that it's taken so long, that they've had to wait. But I can tell you now that they're unhappy without you. Let me see the Two of Cups. Show me the Two of Cups for the person in Leo's energy. It's too many, Spirit. I need this a little simpler. Show me the Two of Cups for the person in Leo's energy. All right, so we have the Knight of Pentacles and the King of Pentacles. Interesting. So you could be dealing with a Virgo, Taurus, or a Capricorn, but this person, they definitely want to commit to the connection. They're offering commitment. They want to move slowly, though, in order to make sure that the two of you are on the same, you know, page. I will say, though, this person, they felt a tremendous amount of sadness without you. They may have also felt rejected and abandoned in the connection. It almost appears to me that both of you walked away from the connection at some point. But this person, you know, is very committed to the connection. And, you know, the Knight of Pentacles is the slowest moving knight in the deck, but it's the only knight that crosses the finish line. And so I do feel like this person is very, they want something stable. So you are both mirroring, you both want something committed and something stable. This person could be working very hard right now. Their money might be a little slower than what, you know, they want it to be. And I feel like they're working on that. They're trying to resolve that. They could have had some sort of a financial loss that has affected the connection as well. So this is somebody that works hard, but I do feel like they want commitment. Let me see the King of Wands. Queen of Swords reversed, the Chariot, and the Four of Swords. All right, so this person feels like you cut them out of your life. That's what they feel like. They do want to move forward. There could even be a physical move that's taking place here. They could be moving, or if they live at a distance. There's something to do with travel or a physical move. And I do see that this is somebody who feels that you cut them out of your life. They feel angry. They're angry about that. You could be dealing with a Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius. But the bottom, so you're both kind of in the same situation where you both want this, you both want the commitment, but you're both, I think, fearful that it's not going to work out because of what happened in the past. They're going to talk to you about that. It's been a, you know, they've been trying to heal. They still need to heal from whatever that was. But they are working on it, and I do feel like they will communicate with you about that. But they're a little bit angry. I can see a little bit of anger. There's also trust issues that I'm seeing. Let me see the energy between Leo and this person. Could be dealing with a Cancer sign. Show me the energy between Leo and this person. Gemini energy, Capricorn energy. Okay, so you're waiting to see. So there was something that was toxic here. Now, I do see you have a very strong attraction to this person. And it almost feels like you're so strongly attracted to them or strongly attached to them. So there could be some codependent energy here. Be careful of that. And be careful that you're not over-giving, that there's some sort of thing. I can see that you're waiting to see if this person is toxic, But what you're not seeing is that there is still some sort of toxic energy that you're possessing as well. And I'm not saying that's a horrible thing. You know, we all have some toxic traits, and so there's something here, and it looks like it could be codependency or overgiving perhaps. I do see you looking at that. So, but more or less you're waiting to see if this is going to work out because there was something toxic in the connection. You're still taking the risk. Now, the person in your energy, you may feel like that person is a little bit manipulative in the way that they approach things, and that's why this has taken so long. I am seeing their fear is very clear here. The loss of this connection caused them to be emotionally unstable. They've been very unhappy, and I do feel like they may have had other options at some point, but none of those options worked out for them. And I do feel like, you know, it wasn't supposed to work out. I feel like they are afraid that things aren't going to work out between the two of you either. So you're both kind of waiting. You're waiting to see if the toxic energy is going to return. They're waiting to see if, you know, it's going to manifest properly because they don't want to go through this heartbreak again. Let me see. Show me the Five of Pentacles. Why is the Five of Pentacles here? What's affecting the connection? The Death card reversed. And the Wheel of Fortune reversed. Yeah, they're not healed, Leo. They're just not healed. So there's stuck energy here. They know that they love you. They know they want the connection. They know that they, you know, are committed. They're moving very slowly. But this person went through some karmic maybe a karmic connection or a karmic lesson. They're not healed. There's a deep need for healing here, and that's what's preventing things from moving in a positive direction for this person. They're still stuck in this sense of abandonment or rejection or sadness or loss. So whatever that is hasn't quite resolved in their energy, and it's preventing the manifestation of happiness and clarity. So, but they're beginning to come to terms with that. Now, in your energy, I feel like you feel that things were never over between the two of you, even when you were going through this very difficult time. So you're still very emotionally attached. Again, I want to caution you about being overly attached because that could become toxic. So let's look at your outcome. Show me the outcome for Leo. I'm getting that energy of somebody who, you know, what do they say? Once burned, twice shy. And that's the energy I'm picking up. All right, so there's your Five of Pentacles in reverse. So what's affecting the connection is actually going to work itself out. There's going to be a transformation that occurs. The Tower, the Nine of Swords reversed, and the Four of Wands reversed. All right, so what is going to happen here, I see that there's going to be a Tower moment. Not all towers are bad, though. I think you're going to both be pleasantly surprised. There's a reconciliation that is happening. I feel like it almost looks like both of you walked away from the connection at some point, but it could be one of you. There is a return happening. There is a reconciliation happening, but there is going to be some sort of a Tower moment. Now, it may have to do with, you know, resolving things here from the past, because there's things that are not resolved from the past. And I do see with the Four of Wands, this Tower moment is connected to the first card that came out for this person. It's this unresolved issues regarding feelings of, you know, loss, feelings of rejection, feelings of abandonment. See, this person is feeling like you cut them out of your life. They want to move forward, but I feel like this is somebody who is still struggling to heal from everything that happened. Now, are they going to move forward from it? They are. but it's going to be a Tower moment prior to that happening. So there's going to be, most likely, there's going to be some kind of a big upset, something that this person is going to bring up. It could lead into an argument. If so, it would be about the way things ended, how things ended. I get the impression that this person doesn't deal well with their feelings and emotions, because they have a lot of earth energy here. And so shifts and changes are hard for them. They resist changes. But this Tower moment's actually going to relieve your anxieties. And nevertheless, I see the reconciliation happening. You both want it. And it's going to lead, because you both want the commitment. You both want to work things out. But there's going to be a Tower moment because this person is unhealed. And I feel that you are still, processing some fears as well. So there's going to be something that's going to happen within this reconciliation. But at the end of the day, I feel like it's going to lead to a relieving of all the anxiety that you've been feeling, so that you can move away from this chaos. You both have cards of moving away from the chaos, moving away from the Tower moment. So there's going to be something that happens, but it's actually going to clear the air. Bottom of the deck is the Seven of Pentacles in the reverse. That's underlying energy, and that does indicate an impatience for this to come together. It also indicates that there's been a period here that while there has been love here, there has been a lack of investment, either on one side or on both. So I really feel like the two of you want to work this out. But again, don't overgive, Leo. And this person needs to learn how to communicate their feelings and emotions. So between your fears and their lack of, being able to process the past, there's this stuck energy here. It's going to lead to a Tower moment, but it's not going to end the connection, because I definitely still see that there's a reconciliation. So, all right, let me pull an oracle card and see if there's any further guidance for you. All right, you have number 35, and this card is called Education. So let's read that. Give me just a second. Life is filled with lessons. Be teachable. Wisdom comes from participating in life, not just reading about it. This card suggests that you might not have enough knowledge about what you seek, the direction to take, your circumstances, or the nature of your inquiry. Important information is coming. See, that's them opening up about this. Now is the time to go to school, ask a person who might know more than you do, or find a teacher or a course of study so that you can more clearly understand what the next right action must be. Sometimes life unexpectedly sends you to an unfamiliar school, and you must learn by experience. Now is a time to be teachable, open to changing your preconceived notions. Be a student and be willing to state the most powerful mantra of all: I don't know yet. All right. I would expect some kind of information that's going to come about here, but it will clear the air. All right, I hope that this has been helpful for you, Leo. If you've resonated with this reading, hit the like button. Be sure to subscribe to my channel. Hype the video if you get the opportunity. And until I see you in your next reading, Leo, know that you are loved, and namaste.